Grow Garden is currently the most popular game on Roblox, having millions of active players on a daily basis and billions of visits. Being such a big game, there's bound to be features that should be added to make the game much better, which is why I compiled a list of my top 10 features that I think Jandel should add to Grow Garden. Starting with probably the most requested feature by the community, which is of course some sort of trading system. Currently you can only give other players fruits and pets, meaning there is no way for players to exchange items like sprinklers, seeds, as well as seed packs. Also, scamming has become a big problem in Grow Garden, so a trading system will definitely help put an end to the various amounts of scams that occur in Grow Garden. Luckily, Jandel has confirmed himself that they are currently working on a trading system, so we should expect that very soon.
Everyone's asking me to add trading. I want to do this, it's just pretty hard, programming wise, so this is taking us a while.
The next feature I'd like to see is some sort of rating system, like how Rate My Avatar has a system where you can give people 1 to 5 stars based on how much you like their avatar. Right now we can only like other players' gardens, but I feel like there should be also a way for you to give their garden like an actual rating. I feel like this would make the game much more interactive and a good way to show off how much people like your garden, rather than just based on how many likes it has. It will also give you a way to rate other people's gardens based on their quality rather than just if you like it or not. Moving on to the next feature, I would really love a button that teleports you to the gear shop. Now I know there is already an item for teleporting to the gear shop, but to be completely honest, I don't understand why it's not just a button that you can press. The recall wrench costs over 100,000 shekels, and for new players who are just starting out, this is a lot of money, and they are most likely not going to want to buy a wrench that does nothing in terms of actual progression. I don't understand why you can teleport to buy seeds, or sell your fruits, or to your own garden, but you can't teleport to the gear shop. It doesn't make any sense. It's also really annoying trying to find a recall wrench in your inventory. Maybe there's some hidden purpose for why you can't teleport to the gear shop, but if there is, comment down below, because I would love to know. Moving on to the fourth feature, I think there has to be an item you can buy that prevents a player from stealing fruits in your garden. There's a common myth that the favorite tool prevents people from stealing your fruits, but that's just not true. It only prevents you from collecting your own fruit. People can take your fruits even if you favorited it. We all have those really valuable fruits in our garden that we don't want stolen, so adding in an item that completely stops thieves will be a huge benefit for the Grow Garden community. And before you start commenting, oh, just go into private servers, well yeah, you could do that, but what's the point of growing a beautiful big garden if you can't even show it off to other people? The next feature I'd love to see is a way to change the color of your fence around your garden. I feel like just having a bland brown fence doesn't allow you to really get creative and color match all the aspects of your garden. Buying this feature could be in the form of purchasing it with shekels or putting it behind a Robux paywall. Either way, I feel like this would add a whole new layer of creativity that people could have for their garden. For example, they could color code certain parts of their garden or put colors to represent different values of fruits. The possible ideas are endless, and I'm surprised this isn't a more requested feature. Also, you should be able to paint the ground in your garden rather than being forced to stick with the regular old green. Again, this goes back to creating a theme for your garden rather than being stuck to just the generic default look. Moving on to the next feature I'd like Jandel to add is probably more boosts into the game, such as boosts for plant growth, size, or value. Now I know that pets already give you boosts through their abilities, but I feel like you should be able to do like daily quests to get boosts rather than only relying on pets. I feel like this would add more productivity in the game and make people want to do the daily quests more often. These boosts can include stuff like an increase of fruit value when you sell it, a boost in fruit size for the next seed you place, or faster plant growth. I really like how there is a friend boost whenever you play with your friend, and I feel like Jandel could definitely add more of them to make the game more exciting and rewarding. What Jandel shouldn't do is make boosts be purchasable with Robux, because this will lead to some insanely valuable fruits that people can just attain by constantly stacking up multiple boosts at once and selling their fruits for insanely high prices, which will not be good because that happened to fish and fish died completely because of it, and we don't want Grow Garden to end up how fish ended up. Now if you guys ever played Please Donate before, you know that you can send gifts to people who are not in the same server as you or even online, meaning you can donate to anyone at any time. This is a great mechanic for allowing you to donate to other people without having to friend them and join the same server as them. I would love this feature in Grow Garden because without it, it makes doing giveaways much harder. Especially as a YouTuber, being able to easily give back to my supporters is so important. And without this feature, it makes this pivotal role much harder for me. And also in general, I'm sure many people would love to be able to donate fruits or seeds to their friends without having to be actually in their game. I mean, just think about it. Imagine your friend texts you and asks you for a free fruit or for one of your pets. They can't get online, you can just give it to them automatically. I think with this feature, the generosity of the Grow Garden community could flourish, and overall I don't see any downsides of it. Now before we go on to the next feature, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you enjoy this type of content. And with that, let's get right into feature number 8. The next feature I'd like to see added is the ability to place cosmetics slightly outside of your garden. Now this might seem like a very insignificant feature, but if you really think about it, it's actually a really great addition in terms of decoration. Imagine being able to place fences, walls, stones, or even tractors slightly outside of your garden. This would allow you to make your garden stand out a lot more and give you the ability to change the outside appearance rather than only the inside. Only being able to place cosmetics down inside your garden, to me, feels like an unnecessary restriction. And let me make this clear, when I say outside of your garden, I mean slightly outside, not anywhere you want. Like different colored fences, the decoration possibilities of this feature are endless, and to me feels like something that should be added as soon as possible. And I think any new decoration feature will be overall supported, so there's really no harm in making it so you can slightly place cosmetics outside of your garden. I guarantee most of you watching this video have dreamed of planting the coveted candy blossom in your garden. Well, I have come up with an idea that could make this possible. Jandel should make it so a daily seed is put into the shop that can only be bought once. This seed could be any seed in the game, ranging from all rarities. There would of course have to be an extremely low chance for seeds like the candy blossom or any prismatic seeds to be restocked, but that's just how it has to be since they are the rarest fruits and you can't just get them every day, you know? And I believe a daily seed would give everyone a good chance at getting a certain plant they've been wanting for their garden. In my opinion, you shouldn't be unable to ever obtain an old seed since it only restricts the variation your garden can have. I think the feature would be heavily supported by most of the community. I know a lot of people want old seeds from previous updates. It only makes sense to make them obtainable, but only through a very low chance. Alright, we are at the last feature that I wish to be added into Grow Garden, and while it is kind of a very niche feature, I would love some activities to do while you wait for your garden to grow or for the seed restock. I'm sure we've all gotten bored before waiting constantly for the seed restock, so wouldn't it be nice for there to be like an obby or some sort of fun game that you and the other people in the server could do while you wait for the restock, or for your plants to grow. These games could of course be garden themed and have elements where you can earn rewards like shekels or sprinklers. Many other simulators have some type of actual gameplay to do while you wait for whatever you are progressing towards. And I think this would give players who are just bored and constantly waiting for restocks to actually do something while they wait. I'm not saying we should turn Grow Garden into a brain rot overstimulating tycoon game. If you want to play one of those, go play Steel Brain Rot. You know, I'm not trying to turn Grow Garden into that. Just a few activities that the player could do wouldn't hurt. That's all the features I want added to Grow Garden. If you guys have any features that you want added, make sure to comment them down below. I'd be really interested in seeing what you all want. Or if you have any disagreements with me and my list, make sure to let me know about that as well. Keep in mind, these are just some things I want added to Grow Garden. It's just my personal opinion. And overall, Grow Garden is still one of the best games on Roblox. Jandel has done a great job at updating the game, and even without these features, it's still a goated game.